Okay, on to the next track on the Craven's Crescendo custom series by Campbell Cravens. Now, we're currently in the throes of the post-traumatic album by Mike Shinoda, where he deals with Chester Bennington's death. I do give a bit of context and explain all of it in the, I think it's the third last reaction we did, which is Nothing Makes Sense Anymore. Go back to that video. It's very important. Go back to that video and I explain where we are, because we have done some reactions on this album a little while ago, so we kind of like left it off somewhere and we're picking it up once again. So we're currently, if I'm not mistaken, on like the 7th track of this album, or 8th track of this album, I'm not entirely sure, and this one is called Hold It Together, right? So this is part of a custom series which I am offering as a product to my viewers. It really is cool, great value for money. Couple of teething problems in the beginning, but we're obviously going to iron all of that out and we'll streamline the whole process. I will leave the link down in the pinned comment for anyone who's interested, and you can go and get some information from the website as well. But anyway, let's rock and roll. Hold It Together, Mike Shinoda. We continue the journey. Let's go.
She said, "Are you okay?" And I'm staring into space.
Hey.
It's making her nervous, cause one thing is certain, I don't have my head on straight. We're trying to get through each week on 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I say to be patient, that we're gonna make it. I have to admit that I'm struggling.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's not staying in that denial, that actually having that acceptance, having that awareness. I kind of think he might be talking about his girlfriend or his wife over here, right? Because obviously she's like, okay, I just see you staring into space, and it's obviously eating her, right? Seeing him completely just consumed by this and consumed by this pain. And that's kind of like, you don't really know where the off-ramp is over here, right? So I really like that he's actually dealing with that, and you can start seeing that now he's kind of over that hill a bit, like he's starting to see the light. There's an element of acceptance that's coming.
Slow, but the world keeps spinning, and that I don't control. And so there I go, trying to act normal so they won't know that I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. They say that they sympathize. I'm grateful they take the time, but bringing it up at this 6-year-old birthday, it kinda fucks up my vibe.
Hey.
We end on an awkward note. I'll make the most awkward joke. Too dark to be funny, I shouldn't have come. It'd be weird to go home and I'm struggling.
And when they're going through that, and like especially when you have gone through all that pain, and you are starting to see the light, you're starting to get a semblance of maybe I can get over this, and then people start bringing it up in like birthday party. You really don't want to, at a certain point, like you really don't want to hear it. You don't want to interact with anybody that's just going to bring up, and sort of like the wound is starting to mend, and then somebody brings it up or makes a sort of like a joke that might seem like is in jest, but it is kind of like lands wrong, and then it kind of rips that wound open a bit more and throws your head into the throes. It's just all part of the process, man. That psychological process is an absolute nightmare, man.
And I'm struggling. They say take it slow, but the world keeps spinning, that I don't control. And so there I go, trying to act normal so they won't know. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling.
What I like this is it's part of the pain, it's part of the process, essentially. So you've got that sort of like, you've got that zone in that loss of someone. You've got that zone where it's like you go through immense pain, immense trauma, and you don't want to interact with anybody. You're alone. You're a recluse. You're completely sort of isolate yourself and you disappear from the world. And then eventually, as you work through that, you feel like, okay, well, I can step outside for a bit and I can slowly you start getting back into the real world again. All right. But yet it's still very, very fragile. It's still very, very raw. Right. But it kind of like there is a temporary fix over there, so it's kind of plastered over, but there's a facade. So you're putting a mask out there to say, okay, I need to interact with the world, and I can't interact with the world in this mopey state. So I've got to act like I'm holding my shit together, even though I'm kind of not holding my shit together, right? But I'm trying to hold my shit together, and it's actually part of that grieving process as well, is that you want to get back into your normal life. You want, you want a sense of normality again, but it's not like a light switch where you're like, okay, well, everything's normal over here. That transition period kind of comes with that veil, where it's like you have to act like everything's okay, even though everything's not okay, right? And you put that out to the world so that it kind of looks like you're holding your shit together, but you in and out of it still, which is very real.
Pretend I'm in control, but I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling. Just trying to hold my shit together, darling. I'm just trying to hold my shit together, darling.
I like that he says, hold my shit together, darling. So it's almost like he's trying to assure his wife that it's like, I see how you see me at the moment. I see the state that you see me. And listen, man, I'm literally a man in 300 pieces. I'm just trying to hold it together, man. Like, just let me just ride this out. I know that this is heavy on you as well, man. But just let me try and just hold my shit together. I'm desperately trying to stay strong over here. I'm desperately trying to just hold everything together. I'll come around. It's also a sense of reassurance where it's like, I'll come around. I promise you. I need to go through this. I need to go through this, and I need to go through this journey in my own way, because I don't know how to do it in any other way. But don't stress. I'll come around. We'll get back to normal. It's a very cool track though. Again, I'm absolutely loving the progression of this album and where they're going, because you're basically going through the man's psyche, you're basically going through his grieving process, and that's a really, really cool thing to see. So much substance in it. There's absolutely no fluff or filler in this. It literally is just, he's taking you through his own psychological session in his own head, right? His therapy is this album, which I think is absolutely incredible. You guys let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.